Hi everyone, it's me, Carbundance. Welcome back to 365 days from eating disorder to recovery daily. We're also going to get into a question of Aimir, I think she is called. So stay tuned. This is a dandy blend, not a real coffee. I can see it from the consistency. I guess I was also just getting back afraid of, normal coffee because of the fingers and stuff. I was desperately trying to solve a health problem here, but I should have been trying to desperately solve my mental problems, which I was not doing here. It was Quasi Recovery. You see here selfies of me. I was trying to get comfortable with my new short hair, which I cut like this length, and I had problems. I was really struggling with feeling beautiful with short hair because all my life I had this fear of being more exposed. My hair always had the function for me of me being able to hide behind it, and so yeah, that was something I was getting into there. This was breakfast. No comment. This was a video I did on that day. It's in German here, but I don't think I did it on that day. Well, but at least I have a screenshot here, kind of showing you what I eat and how much I eat. But the thing is, I was still just not ready yet to believe and to let it be true that it was not real recovery. I was trying to tell myself, the eating disorder was trying to tell myself, this is real recovery now. Like, we are doing it. Why do I even have this in there? And this is a smoothie. I think it's, again, Daterade, like just a whole huge 2-liter smoothie of blended dates. This is what I was looking at, this porridge with a lot of tahini, and I was like, how is this not too much fat? Like, I want to do this as well. This was mental hunger. I was looking at this and should have eaten this. Some toast while waiting for the other toast roast. And this is what I wanted to eat. Carbundance, bread, fats, I should have done this, but I was just fantasizing about it. That's mental hunger. If you're looking at food pictures in any way, shape, or form, or recipes, that's mental hunger. This was another smoothie. You see all of these bananas. Believe me, I got to the calories. Like, that was not a problem for me, but it just made me physically so full. And I really loved the taste of it, but it did not allow me to reverse an energy deficit in any kind of way. Okay, I barely maintained the weight, or maybe also gained a little bit, but it's just not, it did not rewire anything in my brain. This was dinner, a little bit strange, broccoli and bananas. I was trying to stay as raw as possible. This is something that I made screenshots of dried bananas. Again, I planned on buying these things and knew I have to lose the fear of really calorie dense foods. And so this is what I was planning, but also a sign of mental hunger. I should have just eaten chocolate and crisps right then. This is some impressions of 1 week ago. I just randomly look for things that I throw in there for you guys. I love blueberries and mangoes, and this was dinner. It's potatoes and some very, very rich and also fatty sauce, like peanut tomato sauce, or tahini. I always use some of them, and then baked potatoes with lots of rosemary. So good. I love this so much. I'm such a potato girl also. Okay, let's get to today's question from Aimir. My period always stops when I try going low fat. So for me, that was not necessarily the case. I think what counts most is that you really get enough energy, and 99% of the times I think people think they eat enough. It was the case for me also, but they don't. And that is when they lose their period. Like, you easily have to eat like 3,000 calories a day. I don't care how small you are, if you are eating high carb, and in general, doesn't matter what you eat. But so the thing is, I mean, yeah, that's generalized, but you know what I mean? Just especially when you eat plant-based, you underestimate how much you need because of all of the fiber and just the digestion part also. Yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. Yes, in many cases it has to do with the fat content also, because people become afraid of fat. Yes, 100%. But what I said also plays a big role most of the times. I had severe stomach problems, so I was always trying weird diets to fix my problems, and that led me to develop disordered eating. Unfortunately, that is the case very often. Since my period came back 7 months ago, yay! It's been really painful and heavy, even though I am eating everything I can genuinely tolerate. Yes, so most of the time when the period comes back, it actually is very painful, because, it's a very good sign that hormones start to balance out, but it's usually a process until it's actually finished, and until they're really balanced out. So, for example, many people make the mistakes and think, well, now that my period is back, I can go exercise again, or now I can just do whatever I did before. But no, you have to just keep doing what you're doing and make sure you eat and rest. I can't eat gluten because I have celiac disease, but I eat everything else, and avoiding gluten actually allows me to eat better because I am not sick all the time. Yes, that's fine. I mean, if you are really diagnosed to have that, I guess you're doing. I guess you don't really have a choice. But I also want to encourage you, because I was diagnosed on paper not to be celiac, but having wheat intolerance and gluten intolerance. I still ate all of that stuff, and now. I just see that sometimes there are errors in how things are diagnosed, and there is the possibility actually that this would go away or will go away once you're fully recovered, just by eating enough. In my case, the intolerance just totally went away. I don't have any problems with anything anymore. So I just want to throw that out to you in case that gives you courage. And as long as it's bearable, I personally would still try and experiment with gluten, because it might not be celiac. I know there are specific tests for that, and if that is you, then that is you, and all power to you, and that's what you have to do and watch out for. But if it's only an intolerance, that's different from celiac, and then I personally would experiment with it still, because I would like to kind of be a little bit pushy with it and see what I can get away with, because there might be a chance that in the long run I don't have that anymore. I don't have to avoid it anymore. So that's what I personally did. Not a doctor, not an expert. You do you, and I'm not recommending any kind of risky stuff, obviously, just some thoughts here. But I really hope my period starts to settle. Yes, I guess it's a matter of time until it settles. Let us know how it goes now, below this video, if anything has changed since then. I just personally would like to encourage every one of you guys to try and not avoid as least as possible, as little as possible. As long as you can tolerate it, and as long as you only have bloating, just go for it, because your mental rewiring, your neural rewiring is more important than anything else at this point in your life. That's what I figured for myself, and that's what I would advise people to do. And you can, if it turns out that it's just not a possibility for you to eat certain foods, then in the long run, you can still deal with that, right? Yeah, but basically what I want to advise to you is go with your intuition, not on just particularly what one particular person told you to do, and go with your feelings. If you have wiggle room, then see what you can get away with, but also of course don't take any unnecessary risks. And I think everyone feels what they need to do, but just take into account also your mental diagnosis and your mental health state, and if that would really benefit from you avoiding as least as possible, then just take that into account. That's what I want to say. Okay, I hope this helped, and I see you next video. Don't forget the thumbs up, please. Thanks. Bye.